Space, the final frontier for gamers. In 2025, the PlayStation universe is teeming with galaxies to explore, ships to build, and battles to survive. From Mars colonies to war zones far in the depths of space, surviving Mars is a smartly addictive colony sim. You're not just building domes, you're balancing oxygen, power, research, and the human drama that blooms in cramped habitats. The game rewards careful planning, terraforming options, and robust DLC expand replay value, while the procedural missions and colony quirks keep each run interesting. If you like systems-driven city builders with a science fiction twist and planning over the long haul, Observation turns the conventional astronaut story on its head. You play as Sam, the station AI, overseeing, controlling cameras, and guiding an astronaut in an abandoned station. Slow-burning, creepy cinematic mood, static camera shots, voice acting, and gradual reveal create the mystery hook. It's compact and stylish rather than a marathon, perfect if you'd rather have a thinking person's atmospheric sci-fi thriller than a shoot-'em-up. Deliver Us Mars is founded on a beloved indie tradition. It ramps up scope and characters while keeping environmental puzzles front and center. Great voice acting and cinematic set pieces keep you anchored to the stakes. Human survival. Some physics and traversal puzzles are frustrating and pacing imbalanced, but if a highly focused single-player sci-fi drama with solid locations and emotional moments is what you're after, Deliver Us Mars delivers. Hardspace Shipbreaker turns spaceship salvage into zen-like life-or-death puzzle work. You chop, slice, and extract chunks while monitoring tether physics and liability meters. It's tedious and very rewarding when done correctly. Career progression, type of ship, and realistic physics distinguish it. The glacial pace is not for everyone, but the haptic arc of the laser cutter and the blue-collar in space atmosphere are brilliant. Great for players who like systems. Telltale Deck 9's The Expanse feels like an interactive TV prequel. It nails the tone and character of the universe with excellent voice acting and world building. Expect branching conversations, cinematic cutscenes, and some zero-G navigation moments. It's got more gameplay than typical Telltale fare, but still relies on narrative beats. Pacing falters and some mechanics feel recycled, but series fans will appreciate the additional context and character focus. Helldivers 2 is explosive co-op chaos well done, tight shooting, insane environmental hazards, and wonderfully telegraphed friendly fire encounters. Its meta-campaign and player-created objectives create bizarre emergent stories, and the weapon choice and mission variety keep runs fresh. Initial launch bugs and server issues were addressed in a hurry. Now it's a best-in-class clan co-op shooter for groups that love high-risk friendship and ridiculous outcomes. Space Engineers is a sandbox engineering delight. Build ships, stations, and planetary bases from voxel physics and building piece by piece. On console, it's more accessible to a wider audience now, with controller UX improvements and optional keyboard support, but it's still a game of waiting for rewards. The depth is mind-boggling, and modding, creative choice, is the selling point. Expect a steep learning curve and massive creative payoff. Jedi Survivor expands on Fallen Order's formula and turns it into wider, more responsive adventure. Larger worlds, deeper combat, and heavy customization make you a Jedi. Heavy combat, smooth traversal, and world building with cantina functionality add charm. Performance and pacing issues at launch have been addressed for many. If you're looking for cinematic lightsaber combat and exploration in new Star Wars spaces, this one nails the lightsaber note. Star Wars Outlaws is the first game that lets players experience the fantasy of being a scoundrel in an empire and syndicate-ruled galaxy. You are Kay Vess, a daring thief scraping a living amidst bounty hunters, Imperial patrols, and other competing gangs. It's the first full-fledged open-world Star Wars game. You can commandeer ships, haggle with crime lords, or flee on a speeder through neon-soaked outposts and desert canyons. Deliver Us. The Moon is a tense atmospheric sci-fi mystery with good writing and cinematic moments. Interactive sci-fi movie with environmental obstacles and haunting moonscapes. There are emotional moments and satisfying discovery, not a battle experience, but of tension, exploration, and high stakes. Technical launch bumps on some platforms, but story and atmosphere are strong enough to render it an impressive indie space title.